All right, we're getting the garage set up, and it's been a lot of work. I still have to have the outlets put in. I marked it out for the electrician, so he knows where I need outlets over here too on these two walls. Lots of outlets, but I've got to build some more workbenches, and the way I went about it is I got this, which is a generic kitchen countertop. It's pretty thick. It's a couple of inches anyway. I'm gonna do it in inches for you guys. I got that for 70 euros. It's 2 meters long. It's about 6 feet, and it's going to go right here. I have 206 centimeters here. I'm going to frame it with this square tubing here, and I got enough square tube to frame it and set it on legs and brace the legs, and it'll be fine. And then the other thing I got this 70 by 70 square tube and some angle iron here and some 7mm thick plate steel, and I'm gonna make a bench grinder post, and a drill press post. So this will save workbench space and doing these on their own, and those are all going to go over there where that green door is, and that green door is still going to be my metal workbench table, and it's going to go over here where these are at. So somewhere right, actually it's going to go right there because I got to get out of the way of the kayak, but we're getting there. So I got some of my signs up, and I have a whole stack of other little metal signs and stuff to put up as well, but one thing at a time. It's December 30th today, so, and it's about 40 degrees Fahrenheit outside, but it's probably, I want to say, like 65 degrees in here. It's not real cold, surprisingly. So anyway, that's an update on the shop. Still building the workshop, obviously. So right now what I'm building is a stand, a bench grinder stand. So I've got this little bench grinder here, that one there, and I've changed out. I put a buffing wheel on it, and it's got the sanding disc. And I've got a bigger bench grinder here that's got the stone on it and the wire wheel. And then I've got this little Parkside, which I hate, this particular drill press. I don't like this drill press. I got a Parkside drill press, and I'm gonna make a stand for it. Although honestly, I'll probably end up upgrading this sooner than later. It was cheap, it was on sale. I thought it fit the bill, and it does not. It's too underpowered and too wobbly, and yeah, it's you get what you pay for. Anyway, so I've got, these are seven centimeters, the 7 by 7 by 3, and they're 100 centimeters long, so it's a meter long, and I've got 3 of those. I had the shop cut them for me, and I've got this big plate, and what I had originally decided to do, you can see my drawing, my layouts on it. That was for the red bench grinder, the blue bench grinder, and the drill press. I was going to make those the base plates where those would actually mount onto that. But then I realized that the angle iron I bought, which is this here, is really too small to be a grounding plate, if you will, for the actual base. So I'm going to swap them. So I've made this for that red grinder. It bolts up to it, and then the 70 millimeter tubing will get in the middle and in here, and it will be welded on there. And then I'll weld the plate on the big plate on the bottom, and then I'm going to bolt that to the concrete as well. So this is a table I built, and I think I did take another little video of that. It's not painted yet. I'm waiting for the weather to warm up enough so I can actually paint it. So I've got to clean it up and paint it. But yeah, I got all of this done. It took me a full day to build it. Not as fast as I used to be, but hey, it's up, it's level, it's good. The welds look good. I just gotta sand it down, acetone wipe it, and paint it. So, and it'll be good to go. All right, so this is just my public service announcement for those makers and fabricators. When you tack something up and it doesn't quite look right, but then you measure it again and you're like, okay, it's good, and you put on some really gorgeous deep welds, like I had here. I've ground this one out already, only to realize that you put the frame on upside down. You didn't put it on correctly. So yeah. Yeah, such is the life. All right. Well, that little mistake cost me a half hour, but now it's correct. So looking better. All right, so I got one stand done and mounted, and this is where they're going to go. You can see I marked for the electrician approximately where I want the outlets. Wasn't quite sure when I hand drew that in. And then the other one will go here, another one will go here. This table, when I get it finished, will be centered here, and there'll be plenty of room to drill press, bench grind, whatever. And yeah. So the really cool thing about this whole project that I'm doing is this steel, all the steel that I got, the angle iron, the big square tube, the 7mm plate, as well as all of this. This is 30 by 30 by 2 square tubing. I got all of that for 70 euros. I paid 70 euros for this top, and so basically I'm going to have 4 workstations for 140 euros, making them about 35 euros a piece. Can't beat that. I'll probably be out about 10 euros in welding wire and grinding discs. So, but not bad. Yeah, shop's coming together, and we're getting there, having fun with it. All right, I got my second bench grinder stand done. I didn't film while I was doing it because 2 reasons. One, and most important, I don't want welding spatter on my phone screen, anywhere around it. And 2, it's kind of hard to position and keep positioning every time. It really slows things up, but you get the idea. Some of these welds are really ugly. I was having some issues with the wire feed, and I don't know why. But these are all custom made for each bench grinder. So this one here fits the Schmidt, the blue bench grinder, and it'll be bolted with 4 bolt holes into the concrete. I'm gonna paint it black. There's no wind today, and it's warm enough to paint. I may actually take that other table apart and paint the frame on it today too. All right, I'm going to try to film how I set these up. We'll see how it goes. As I don't have my my gimbal with me or anything. Okay, so basically what I'm doing, these are 20 centimeters off the wall. It was the easiest way. I figure it gives me plenty of space to get back behind, do anything I need to do, change the sanding belt, whatever on that. what I decided to do is space these 40 centimeters center to center, so it gives me enough room. Or I got a piece I'm working on, it's not going to interfere with that necessarily. I don't work on really big stuff. It's all do it yourself. So easiest way to do it now, it's all set up already. So I've got a long nib marker, and we're just going to draw a circle in each hole. Okay, and now I know where to drill. The holes I set four centimeters in on each corner. Just guessing, that would be secure. So, and it is. This doesn't move at all. Pretty solid. That's just with 2 bolts in that one. This one's getting 4. The drill press stand will get 4, and they're pretty good size. Pretty good size bolts. There you go. All right, so you can see the marks I made. Let's see if we can do this one-handed. Nope. Let's do it this way, maybe. You are just gonna creep along today, aren't you? Whoops. That was not supposed to happen. All right, I got the 4 holes drilled. All right, let's see. I'm a little concerned because this one here was dancing. The drill bit was dancing. So I hope it's centered. All right, I made a mistake. These bolts are so long that when they went in, they went all the way through, and the little nuts fell out of the bottom, and they're gone. I've tried to get them back with some all thread, but I can't. So I just shifted over. I'm gonna try again. This time when I put them in, I'm gonna put them in with all thread, so I don't lose the little nut on the end. All right, that time I got it. It's like time's charm. I can't believe I did that. I think what happened when I left the bolt in, and when I was hitting them down to seat them, that it knocked the nut out of the bottom. So it's all on me. And these inserts aren't cheap. Box of 8 was like 15 euros, and I just wasted 4 of them. So live and learn. I never said I was a concrete guy. So there it is. Yeah, I got one more to do. Not gonna do that today. If you've watched some of my other videos, you know I got bad back, I got bad knees. I'm old, so I can knock out like one project a day, if that. But there it is. We're getting there. I'm still waiting on the electrician. Hopefully this next week he'll come in and get me some outlets in here and some good power, so I'm not running off of one little underpowered outlet for my whole shop right now. It's a fire hazard waiting to happen. All right, I got the workbench table legs painted, so it is complete. I'm very proud of this this build. It was all done from scratch. It's reinforced multiple places, and it's bolted through with large 6mm inserts into the top here. So this was planned in my head. So I worked as a fabricator briefly, but mainly what I did, I just assisted welders, and I did some welding and pipe fitting back in my early 20s. And I also worked at a company that made cattle head gates and chutes and rippers, agricultural rippers. And I was a welder there, did all that in my early 20s again. So I haven't really done any of this in a long, long time, but I guess once you do it, you don't really forget it. The basics are all there. So anyway, there's that workbench, and my 2 bench grinder stands are done. I just got to do my drill press stand, and I'll work on that next week. So I got this this stand done. It's painted, it's drying. It was cold and rainy today, so I don't know how long it's going to take to dry, but that's going to be for my drill press. One of the problems that I have with trying to start a budget garage workshop is I got to buy budget tools sometimes. So I've got this this Parkside, and I know people are going to be like, you know, you get the Parkside fanboys. They'll be like, Parkside is the best, whatever. It's not. It's okay for light duty stuff, and then stuff like this that they sell, that I snag up, you know, as quick as I can. These are washers, and then I got a thing of hose clamps too, because you never know when you need them. You know, that stuff. There's nothing wrong with it. I've got a Parkside drill, but compared to my DeWalt, it's not even a competition. The DeWalt would just choose through 7mm of plate steel like it's butter. And the Parkside, and that's with an 8mm bit, and the Parkside with a 3mm bit, it struggles. It does. But you know, you start stuff with what you can afford. You know, I'm not a wealthy person, so I can't go out and buy a bunch of name brand stuff. I got a cheap Einhell grinder, it's fine. I got the Shapak, however you say it, grinder, it's fine. I'm actually looking at a Shapak drill press. We'll see what happens with that. But this is the second welder I've purchased since I've lived here in Italy. It's a Amazon Special Art Captain. I like this welder a lot. If you've seen, I don't think I put the other video out. I bought another one. The first one I bought actually caught fire. And believe it or not, while I was welding, it caught fire. But, and it was the same. It was 140 amp. And it was a MIG, 140 amp MIG and a stick combo. Caught fire while I was welding. They sent me a whole new one, but now I'm kind of reluctant to use it, obviously. This one here I've had really good luck with so far. I welded up quite a bit of stuff. I've gone through a full. I finished a full spool of wire today. The only thing I noticed with this one is that I think when it gets hot, when it starts to get hot, the welds get a lot worse. So you can see, like on that's pretty crappy. And those were ground out a couple of times because I just didn't like them. So I ground them out. And so when it's hotter, when it's running hotter, that was about 115 amps. It doesn't tend to weld as nicely. But, you know, when it's cool, they're not horrible welds. But, you know, that's what I can get on a budget. If I had Hobart money, I'd buy a Hobart or something similar. Or a Miller machine even, but I don't have that kind of money. So, you know, use what you can and make it work. All right, well, I sort of got the drill press put in, the new stand. These bits here, these anchors, they're this brand here. These are hot garbage, like completely. It pulled up completely through, all the way through the hole, wouldn't tighten. These are 11 millimeters, so just, you know, full disclosure, these are 11 millimeters across. I can drill a 10 millimeter hole or a 12 millimeter hole. There's no 11 millimeter bit in any of my sets. So I went with 12, and then I filled it with the glue, with the construction adhesive, and let it sit, and it still pulled through. It's pulled through. I put another brand in that was also 11 millimeters, and it's locked in place. But anyway, I only had one of those, so I'm missing a I'm missing a bolt hole. But the drill is up, and now you can kind of see what my plan was, to have a station, you know, for sanding, grinding, and drilling. Next project's to work on this metal table here, and that way I can put the sandblaster on it and get some more stuff off the floor. But that's where we are today. As you can tell, it's really dark in here. The electrician still hasn't been in. I have no light up here. I have the lights. I bought them, and they're ready to go. He's just got to wire them in and put them to the switch and take this chandelier out. These things are 2,400 lumen each, I believe, and each one will light up a 34 square meter area. The shop is 40 square meters. I got 2 of them, so it should be good to go. And then I may put a little strip light like I have over here. I have this strip light here. Sorry. I may put one of those on that wall as well. So that's where we're at. All right. I got the legs on it. It's rudimentary at this point. I don't have any braces, and it's just welded up, mainly so I can get it in here and get it staged for the electrician, because I actually marked it wrong here on the wall for the outlets. I need them over here. They're all going to be lower anyway than where I marked them. I need outlets over here, and 3 at the bottom. I need 1 up top for a light. here I need 3 or 4 up top here, and I need one over here behind this trash can. That's going to be for the air compressor, and I need him to upgrade that outlet and this outlet over here. I need 4 outlets on this workbench and 4 outlets on this workbench. A light up above and another light up above, and the garage will be done. I'll get back and I'll weld these braces in and finish welding up the table where I had to cut the rod out of it. And it'll be a good little workbench, little metal workbench, out of an old gate that was just laying in the field rotting. The pipe, the tubing came from the metal shop where I buy all my metal, and I actually used it originally for the Starlink satellite dish. I had mounted it up on that before I had it mounted on the rooftop. And then I've just repurposed those into the legs. I think I paid 15 euros for that metal, 15, 16 euros for that metal pipe. So not a bad workbench for, under 20 euros. When it's all said and done, I'll hit it with some paint. I've got plenty of leftover spray paint, and once I get it all welded up, I'll show you guys what it looks like, if you're interested. So electrician was in today, and he's not finished, obviously, because my lights aren't in. They're still sitting here on my table, but I've got outlets everywhere I wanted outlets. You can put one here for my air compressor. Just got to have him do that one there. And then it looks like he's even got it wired for the outside light, which is good. And then he's got to put my lights in, my overhead lights. He'll be back Monday.